The Duke of Sussex spoke about how proud he was of his 10-month-old daughter, who he said is trying to keep up with Archie. He said, "Her current priorities are trying to keep up with her brother. She took her first step just a few days ago." He added, "Proud papa, here." The prince also told the paper he can't wait to take his children Lilibet and Archie to the Invictus Games in the future, and that his son, who turns 3 in May, wants to follow in his footsteps to become a helicopter pilot. The royal, who is currently at the Invictus Games in The Hague, said Archie loved videos of sports that he showed him from the Invictus Games in Sydney in 2018. He said, "I showed him how some were missing legs and explained that some had invisible injuries, too. Not because he asked, but because I wanted to tell him. Kids understand so much, and to see it through his eyes was amazing because it's so unfiltered and honest." He told the US tabloid, "When I talk to my son Archie about what he wants to be when he grows up, some days it's an astronaut, other days it's a pilot, a helicopter pilot obviously, or Quasi from Octonauts," referring to a daredevil cat from a children's cartoon. "But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most, and nothing would make his mum and me prouder than to see him have the character of what we see before us today." Speaking about the Games, which sees wounded, injured and sick service people compete, told People magazine, "Being a dad certainly adds another emotional layer to it. When I was in the army, I promised myself I would be out before having a wife and kids, because I couldn't imagine the heartache of being apart for so long during deployment, the risk of possibly getting injured, and the reality that my family's lives could be changed forever if that happened." While in the stands, Prince Harry briefly met Lieutenant General Lance Landrum, deputy chairman of the military committee at NATO headquarters in Brussels. General Landrum said, "We had a chance to meet very briefly, and we thanked each other for our support. I thanked him for his support and what he does for these games, and how important it is for the families, especially, and for the athletes as well. In just the brief time I had with him, his energy and enthusiasm and sincerity for the support of these games is clearly evident."